Hey people, it's El Nicole here, and I am back with a video. For a slight second, I forgot what I was back with. Let's try that again. Alright guys, so the season 2 premiere just came on and it was really good. It was like really dramatic for like the season premiere. I think most season premieres have something like, you know, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of joy, and it was just really gloomy in my opinion, but it was really good. It was a good gloom. It wasn't like bad. I liked where they picked up off of like how season 1 ended, which was really surprising that it was kind of like so gloomy, I guess you could say, because of the fact of season 1 ended, you know, like the family was running down the street and they were working out together, and then they ran up to the house and mom had like some, you know, some lemonade or whatever ready for them on the porch. It ended like really like happy. So to come back and have like this kind of like overcasting dark shadow or dark cloud was really surprising, but it was really good because it captivated my attention coming like out the gate. It kicked off with showing the green light kids, and so I guess like the kids that are like who've either been on green lightning or and if you don't know what the green lightning was, it was the drug that was implanted in the city or whatever, and kids were getting superpowers, which is how Green Lightning, Jesus, which is how Mr. Pierce, aka Black Lightning, got his powers, and then he just, I guess, passed on the mutant gene to his kids. So anyways, so it kicked off with that. And of course, it really tackled a lot of big issues that we're seeing in our society, especially surrounding the Black community, which is always really appreciated. Just kind of bringing those issues to the forefront. My girl Angela Rye made a real good like cameo, like giving her, you know how she is when she's on the news. That was really cool to see her, and just talking about it. And I like how they kind of correlated like the green lightning and the whole idea of like comic book world, I guess you can say, into like real world society. Like I love that. I thought that was really cool. But then you see Principal Pierce is pretty much in jeopardy of losing the school. His school has been closed because of all the incidents that happened last season. And then my man Robert Townsend made a big cameo. I think okay, so if you watched it, spoiler alert, if you watched it, there's a good chance that he's going to end up being the new principal of this school. Won't be surprised to see that. But it was just so cool to see him. I loved all the cameos. His friend, who is like the chief deputy now, which we saw at the end of last season, figures out who Pearson is, which is Black Lightning. Which I'm like, dude, why did it take you that long to figure it out? Like, I mean, granted, there's a good chance he always knew, but you know, whatever. So he's all up in his feelings, but he's gonna get over it because there's no superhero who doesn't have a friend that works at the police department. Duh. I mean, you just can't be a vigilante without having somebody that works at the newspaper or the police department or both. Like literally every one of our favorite superheroes literally has the same like set of friends, or you know, people who know their secrets. So that was cool and exciting to see. The family is really going through some things. You know, Mama Pierce, she killed somebody last season, so she's struggling with that, but she's real ballsy this season. Okay, she was like, what you're not going to do is take those pods away from me. Nobody knows them but me. I was like, okay, be a scientist, be a doctor, which I love because there's nothing cooler than seeing Black women in STEM. So if you weren't like catching on to that, I believe that that's a big factor of this. So it was really cool to see her. Anessa, aka Thunder. So you think you Robin now? That's what we're doing. We're stealing, giving to the poor. Like, girl, when are you going to start listening? She never, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be surprised if she ends up seriously injured this season. Like held captive of some sort, like something, because she just does not listen. He literally told her, like, leave it alone, we need to move on. And she didn't listen. Little sister, played by China, which is so sad. I know her real name, but I can't think of her, like, her name in the show. But anyways, we got to see her powers this season. We got to see her powers really strong in this first episode, which I really, really loved and appreciated, because all last season we were just kind of like getting glimpses of her, and like she would accidentally use her powers and stuff like that. So this first episode out the gate, I really love seeing like her powers and just like her strength. You see, like, she kind of formed like this big, like, I really feel like it was probably a protective shield, but she formed like this big bubble around her. She's like floating in her sleep or whatever. And then she actually hurt her mom, which was really intense to kind of witness, but at the same time, like, she's kind of dealing with a lot. Like, she lost Khalil, then she has these powers who she's been very vocal about not wanting, like very vocal about that. I think what we see in this episode is that she hasn't really left the house, I guess because she might not be in full control of her powers. And then with them like cracking down on the green light kids, it's like, hold on, girlfriend, like, you might want to stay at home. So you can tell, then just like, you know, your normal teenage drama, like, you can tell she's kind of dealing with that. We saw Mr. Pierce, or Principal Pierce or whatever, Black Lightning's, I want to say she was like his secretary or whatever, but she ended up working for the ASA. We see her this season. Let me tell you something, okay? She's going to be somebody. She's going to be somebody in this season, because first of all, first scene, she killed Tobias's little sidekick or whatever. Heel to the throat. Dead. Super dead. Then she goes to kill Tobias at the end, and I thought she was gonna die. I was 98% sure she was gonna die, but homegirl was like, no, and literally jumped out of a window. Either one, she's on Green Lightning herself, or two, she is like adamant about not dying. So she was just badass this episode, and I really liked that. I was kind of surprised they brought her character back, but just seeing how like badass she was this first episode, I'm really, really, really interested to see where she goes for the rest of the season, and like just where she goes. I mean, what happens with her. We see what's his name, Gansby. Yeah, we see him first episode out. He actually tells Pierce who she is, or Pearson who she is. I don't know why I just don't call him Black Lightning. Not the point. As well as we see Tobias finally at the end of the episode. He's still crazy. We hear from Khalil in this episode. It was just a lot. It was a lot happening and surrounding like last season's events and bringing us to this season. Like I said, I loved how they brought like the societal issues into it. I loved how there was some drama, there was some love, there was just a lot of different feelings. I just feel like the women are like super badass, and I really, really appreciate that. Just saying. But yeah, I thought the season premiere was really, really good, and I thought it was a really good setup for like a lot of things that are going to happen. Like I said, the girls and their powers, Anessa not listening as usual. I really can see the mom getting caught up in like working with the ASA, because that's what she's doing now with the people in the pods. You know, one of the boys actually came back to life and like jumped out the body bag, and they cut to him like towards the end of the episode. So there's a good chance that he's probably going to be a prominent figure in this season, or at least like a couple of episodes or so. Or what's just surrounding him is going to be like big in this season. And then at the very end of the episode, we see that Pearson actually steps down. First they tried to close the school, and then he steps down as the principal just because of all the things that happened. But we all know why that really went down. But that's not the point. I thought the season premiere was really, really good. I'm really, really excited. Again, I'm just a really big fan of the show, so I'm excited that it's back, and I like to see where it goes. So leave me some comments below. Let me know your theories for this season. Let me know who you think some of these characters are. I mean, I very well could just Google it, and to be honest, I probably already have, but I really like to hear from you guys, and I like to see and read your comments below. Let me know if you were excited about the season premiere, if you're kind of like, I mean, it was whatever. Don't forget to become a subby and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. I'm going to be recapping the entire season. It gets a little long, but I'm definitely going to try my best to recap every episode, so I'll be here every week, so make sure you turn on your notifications. Ding. All right, guys, I thank you and love you for watching. Until next time, bye.